Hello and welcome. This is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. Good to see you, Peter. We just did our live premiere of our fourth and final part of the tiny baby kitty video series of Angie's. Did you guys see any of those where we found a feral cat, basically like a baby, a real tiny kitten under our house? This was back last summer. Anyway, yeah, it was a long process of taming the cat a little bit, getting it to trust us and finally getting it at home. Anyway, hopefully you guys just watched that. It was a sad episode. If you want to see a grown man cry, I do cry a little bit at the end. It was really sad to let him go, but we're so happy to find him a new home. But anyway, if you haven't seen that, watch that. I saw a few of you guys there. I saw Peter there during the live premiere of the adopting the tiny baby kitty home video. Anyway, check that out, everyone. And good to see you. So I was hoping I could come on and live stream earlier today. But, life is just so, always throwing, just so much dumb stuff at me. I had to, file some income, not income, sales tax and use tax stuff today. I need to do it by the end of the month, the 31st, but I was going to just get it all taken care of today. Fulfilling orders, my printer was all jamming on me. There's all sorts of troubles all throughout the day. On the phone with tech support for an order for something I made. Anyway, here I am at pretty much my normal time, but I was hoping to come on not only on a different day, but at a different time to get some European viewers and other people who are normally occupied when I do these live streams on Fridays. But fear not, I still plan to be back Friday with my full-on, Veganism Can't Debunked, Prove Me Otherwise series. But tonight we're just back to old school, ask a vegan anything. I think ask what I call it, a non-deficient vegan anything. So we're going to do more of that, just talk about vegan stuff. But yeah, if any anti-vegans come by, they're welcome to try. But yeah, we're going to kind of try to focus more just on vegans tonight and kind of forget about the anti-vegans. So let's see. Yeah, Peter, I watched that video you sent me, that young lady quitting vegan. She's like, I didn't really want to do it. I felt bad for her. I mean, not that I believed what she said, but she's like disabled or, something like that. I just felt it'd be really kind of, mean picking on a, Earthling. I see. What do you say about Earthling Ed there? He did a video about B12. Yeah, I saw that too, Peter. I saw it come out today. I didn't watch it yet, but I saw him put that out. It looked like an interesting title and topic, so I'll be sure to check that out later. But yeah, I did finally check out that video, Peter. You sent me of that young lady, disabled lady who quit being vegan, and I just didn't want to come off as some bully or anything like that. So I think I'm going to let that one go. But thanks for sending that to me. Normally I would respond to them, but I just don't have to weigh it out. Will it make me and vegans look bad? I mean, so I'm just going to let that one go by. Anyway, yeah, maybe better off to not respond. There's probably a reason why no one else responded to her video either. So sometimes you feel bad for the person, not because of veganism, but just because what their life situation is like. And if I respond and I do it in the most tactful and professional and polite way, you're still gonna have people picking on me, making me the bully and the bad guy. So that's that's what's up with that. So anyway, yeah. But thanks for sending that to me, Peter. Yeah, and if anyone else sees why I'm no longer vegan video that I somehow missed, let me know. But yeah, Peter, yeah, definitely keep me up on those. So that's not my normal night here. So we don't have the normal crew here yet. Maybe they're busy and stuff. But anyway, yeah, if you have any just regular vegan related topics or questions or anything like that, that'd be cool. Oh, Peter, remember when the skunk was under my place? Not only was a skunk under my place, the skunk was literally just feet beneath where I'm sitting right now. I mean, I saw the crawl space he got into. The stink was coming right out of it. It was horrible. That's why usually when you smell a skunk, it's like you think, oh, it's far away. It's like, you think it's a block away, a half a mile away. No, it was literally 4 feet away. And I've never been that close to a skunk stink release. I don't know what they're called, a stink event. Anyway, we had to leave. Seriously, I had to leave the room, and finally we had to evacuate the house. It was that gnarly. It was so bad. But yeah, I don't want to relive that one. But I don't know if I told you guys, ever since then, that was the final push to get me to finally make sure all the crawl space entryways were firmly, properly closed up around our house. So I've been meaning to do this for like years, like decades. And finally, that was the last push. So many weird things have happened regarding animals getting into those crawl spaces. So I basically got a handyman friend buddy to help me out and just do it right, use some professional tools to get them on there, and they're not coming off. Jason wants to know about thoughts about adding table sugar to your high carb, low fat, plant-based food. That sounds like a Durian Rider thing. Is that what I'm hearing? Like getting maybe a smoothie already and just pouring sugar into it? Why would you want to do that? Curious you asked that, Jason. What would you hope to gain? More calories or something like that? Maybe just eat some more food? I mean, yeah, I wouldn't suggest or recommend that. I don't do that personally. I'm just not sure why you'd want to like put table sugar onto what's an already a high carbohydrate diet for. Like what's going on? Like what are you lacking something? Just curious. I don't give me your situation. Let's see. Lethal Illusion. Thoughts on how to turn parents vegan. I don't know. Don't ask me. I've tried. It hasn't worked out for me so far. But I have to admit, I have a really bad track record getting like friends and family, people closest to me to go vegan or plant-based. So I suck at that. I have people literally almost every day contacting us in some way, shape, or form, email, comment, or what have you, comment on a live stream, comment on a video or Instagram post, saying how they sometimes say we were what made them go vegan. No, we're not. We were helpful, we were instrumental, but I can't get my friends and family to go vegan. Hey, Angry Vegan, how is it going? Are you really an angry vegan? Let's see, Nature Spirit, eat a lot of rice every day, beans and salsa, and things like fruit, like bananas. Yeah, we'll eat a lot of that kind of stuff too, for sure. Let's see, Kevin wants to know, hey, Ryan, if everyone stops eating animals, I assume you mean farm animals, won't farm animals become extinct? Well, it's not like they're going to, it's kind of like a version of the vegan rapture argument. Like if everyone were to like somehow mysteriously be communicated by God or an alien or whatever, some mysterious force all at the same time, roughly the same time, it doesn't have to be the same day. It could be over a week or a month or even a year. If everyone went vegan at roughly the same time, yeah, there'd be some weird problems, but I don't see how that would ever happen, barring some kind of vegan rapture, as I've termed it. What would happen to farm animals? I'm sure there'd be some people interested, like there's animal sanctuaries right now which you can donate to, like Sail Ranch Sanctuary, which is one of my favorites. In fact, let's go there really quickly so we can get some donations there. Sail, what they do is they take in I can't believe it doesn't autofill. Anyway, they take in typically farm animals, cows, goats, sheep, stuff like that. And animals that are about to be killed or really ill, and they take them in and give them a forever home. So I'm sure there'll still be places such as this to take care of a few animals so that they don't go extinct. And if there's a problem, I guess animals could be put into zoos, but I don't think you're going to see cows, pigs, and chickens all of a sudden go extinct. That's I can't conceive of any scenario of how that could ever possibly happen. I mean, if everyone were vegan at the same time, which is very unlikely unless there's some kind of vegan rapture. Goat lover. Any ideas for protein when a person cannot digest beans? Okay, I'm not a medical doctor, a nutritionist, a dietitian, even what's those skin doctors called? The ones that can help you trace allergies and stuff like that. Anyway, my point is there's first of all, the legumes or beans. I mean, you might not realize there's like dozens and dozens of kinds of legumes. So if you might have trouble with, say, black beans, you might be okay with garbanzo beans or even tofu or something like that, which is a legume. There's mung beans, which are used in like Asian cooking. So I would say investigate, see if you're allergic to every last legume in the world, because I'd find that really odd if you have like some categorical general legume allergy. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. There is something like that. It sounds pretty rare. But there's other foods you can eat that are high in proteins as well. Like I've been adding some ground flax seeds to my smoothies, and that adds an extra 2 grams of protein for every, I think, big heaping tablespoon I put in there. So yeah, look around for other sources of protein. And you can use what I use too. Like after my workouts, I go with I just passed my tab here. There's Cell Ranch. I go for a few scoops of my Clean Machine green protein here, and it's not a legume, even though it's called lentine. It sounds like it might be some kind of lentil thing. It's aquatic pond plant, duckweed. So there's many, legumes are a go-to source. I understand your question there. However, they're not the only source. But anyway, if anyone's interested in some of this Clean Machine, let me give you a link to them so you can save with my affiliate link. And again, I would just be using this stuff like I told you guys, with or without being an affiliate of theirs. I just love their product, and I'm just so happy that I have a link I can share with you guys, and put some of the proceeds of that into buying more of their stuff. Anyway. Oh yeah, pea protein. Thanks for that. I'm trapped in the matrix. Yeah, the Clean Machine green protein is a mix of primarily duckweed with a little bit of pea protein mixed in as well. So try all those things I just told you there if you think there's a bean allergy of some kind. Let's see. Shannon, 11 months vegan, cool, and had to take a supplement to increase your iron. Eat plenty of iron-rich foods with citrus and avoid teas while eating. Any suggestions to replace having to take a supplement? Curious, Shannon. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. I don't want to be giving medical advice or anything like that. What made you, I'm just curious. I'm not trying to debunk you or anything, Shannon. I'm just kind of curious. 11 months vegan, and you had to take a supplement to increase your iron. Was that after taking a blood lab? Your doctor said, or whoever, your healthcare provider said, you're low in iron, you should probably take a supplement. Just curious if that's the case. And if so, when was your most recent lab before this one that you just got right now? It's just kind of curious. Maybe you were low in iron before, or just kind of let me know how that's going, Shannon. I'll try my best to answer your question too. I just want to get a little more background. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just curious. Let's see, Mike, saturated fat from like animal products or coconut products, are they comparable? Yeah, one source, yeah and no. One source involves animal cruelty and exploitation and the other doesn't. So they're very different in those two regards, like how they are obtained. One inherently involves exploitation and cruelty and killing. The coconut source doesn't, but they both share the common characteristic of being high in saturated fat, which raises LDL cholesterol. Again, I'm not a medical doctor, but this is just pretty basic. Unless you're like in some kind of cholesterol denying conspiracy theory kind of cult thing. This is pretty general general basic medical knowledge here. You can find it on WebMD. Talk to most any non-conspiracy oriented doctor. That's how they're similar and how they are different. They'll both raise your, for most people, maybe you have a genetic thing to not have this reaction, but most people's LDL cholesterol will go up while having a diet higher in saturated fat. Okay, Shannon, you were giving blood. You found out that your iron was low, and then so when you're giving blood, not going vegan was the only change. Interesting. I wonder if you're that's interesting. That's weird how they would measure your iron on a blood test. Huh. I would talk to a doctor about that. I mean, yeah, it sounds like you're doing all the right things, trying to eat plants that are naturally higher in iron. But, yeah, there's no shame in taking a supplement if you need one. You know, if you were a non-vegan, you know, and you had an iron deficiency, a doctor would most likely say, you know, instead of saying eat more animal products, as if you're not vegan, you already are eating animal products. Yeah, you would take a supplement. So no shame in taking a supplement. Just kind of curious if you didn't give blood for a while and took a lab on her. Remember if that would do anything. I don't know. Just kind of curious. Yeah, I like to experiment and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, I wish I'd give you better advice than that, Shannon. But again, I'm not a doctor. I'm just kind of curious how that is. So it sounds like your iron's never been an issue until recently when you gave blood as a vegan. Interesting, huh? Because like personally me, I'm not saying I'm a scientific study or anything like that. I'm vegan, like, you know, for 6 years before ever taking a supplement, and let alone an iron supplement. And yeah, everything was fine with me. I mean, my iron was pretty even that whole time. I wasn't going up and down or steadily down. It was pretty solid. So yeah, I guess some people might have different issues absorbing the, you know, nutrients out of their foods. Not sure. I'm just, you know, saying, maybe see a doctor and see if, get another blood test. You know, maybe that one was not accurate. Who knows? That's a cool thing about having many blood labs over time. So if something like goes up or down wildly, you'll know if that's an anomaly or not. Because usually you'll see trends. Things will be flat or going up or going down over time. Hey, I saw a super chat tip. First one of the day there from Yarno. From Kokonen. Is that a Finnish name there, Yarno? You don't have a lot of money. Not sure if it's a good to mention, but take this as you do a lot of good work and you deserve my respect and support. Well, thank you so much there, Yarno. Appreciate that. Appreciate your support, both financially and just the, you know, verbal expression. You telling us that what we're doing here is, you know, you like what we're doing. So that's, you know, that means a lot to us as content creators, especially ones that don't get out into the public much these days and talk to you guys, you know, to hear that, you know, what we're doing is, you know, helpful. So thank you so much. Appreciate that a lot, Yarno. Let's see. Peter, is it hard to do taxes as self-employed? Yeah, it's a biatch, man. It sucks. You know, I mean, even today, I just had to go on for California State and report sales taxes, and that sounds easy, but you know, I have to like go through and do a bunch of spreadsheet magic to pull the numbers out, and I always forget how to do it because I only do it once a year. And then working on the California government's website to enter this stuff is crazy. I don't understand how people that aren't, you know, like good with English and stuff, maybe they have other language forms, variations of that site, but it's a pain in the butt. And then I haven't even got to like just taxes yet, you know, the income taxes. That's crazy. I got so many different forms because I was talking about like multiple streams of income, you know, having more than one source of income. And that's great and all, except when it comes to tax time, then you have to like, you know, get all this stuff together, and it's pretty difficult. I've never been able to do my taxes on my own with this multiple streams of income lifestyle. So I need to, I've been working with the same accountant now for maybe 15 odd years. But yeah, you probably will need an accountant too to help you with your tax prep for the government. Anyway, yeah. Elizabeth, Angie's doing fine. Yeah, she's chilling out now that she got her video out. Watch that, the Tiny Baby Kitty Part 4 finale. And she might make us either a chili or a quiche tonight. Yeah, quiche. She never makes that, but she saw a friend make it on Facebook, and we got all the ingredients now. So if she feels challenged, wants to challenge herself, and doesn't mind baking it for an hour, you might have that tonight. If not, maybe she'll make some chili. It's kind of cool here tonight, considering it's been quite warm the past few days. Jay, vegans must take supplements. Plans? No. Where are you getting this crap from, Jay? Do you have any like medical resource you can cite me, like a WebMD page that vegan diets are inherently deficient and vegans need to take supplements? Because let me just take Jay over to the official position paper of the Academy of Nutrition Dietetics. This is just the abstract, Jay. Don't get all like weird. It's just a little tiny thing. It's actually, this is a long paper, many dozens and dozens of pages with about 100 references at the end of studies, government publications. And based on reviewing the scientific literature there, Jay, it is the position of the Academy of Nutrition Dietetics, which is the largest group of health professionals in North America. It's not like some Facebook group or some low-carb, paleo, carnivore subreddit or something like that. It's a group of health professionals. And they say appropriately planned vegan diets are healthful and nutritionally adequate for all people, all stages of life. So where in this does it say that vegans must take supplements? Because it says here nutritionally adequate. And I know many people that take supplements, and most of them are not vegan, Jay. So supplements are for all people. And I'll just tell you right now, Jay, I didn't even have to take any supplements when I started taking supplements about 6 years into veganism. I only took a vitamin B12 supplement then, after having really strong B12 labs anyway. I just took it because I wanted to set a good example for all fellow vegans. That's why, Jay. So if you have any proof, any professional medical group or association that says, no, vegan diets are dangerous, there's not enough nutrients in there, and you must take supplements as a vegan, just let me hear it and explain to me why I didn't die after 6 years of zero supplements, Jay. Just kind of curious. Anyway, let's get back to the chat here. Lisa, you've been vegan 8.5 years. Awesome, Lisa. Contemplating starting a vegan channel. Is it already saturated? We've seen enough of the would I eat in a day, would love video tips for starting a vegan channel. Wow, Lisa. Yeah, I just say just do it if you feel like doing it. I wouldn't worry about if it's too saturated. Just do it and just try it for, X amount of time, 6 months, 12 months. Just be regular, give it an honest, fair shot, and then assess yourself. If you feel like it's working out, meeting your expectations, keep on doing it. Hey, Najev Athlete, is that you out there in Arizona? Or did you move? I remember I thought you graduated and got a cool job after that. So let me know if that's you out there. Elizabeth, do I still eat my 6 banana smoothies daily? Yeah, today I happen to have a smoothie with exactly 6 bananas. They were pretty large bananas. Some days it's 8. Bananas are all, sizes. These were 6 pretty good sized bananas. Cody, your 5th year as a vegan and definitely not dead yet. Yeah, congratulations for all us vegans who are staying alive despite all these, claims of how we're unhealthy and are going to die anytime soon. Yarno, I got your name pronounced pretty good. Okay, I got it right. Finland, cool. Good pronunciation of your first name. Yeah, your second name, yeah, that's a little too difficult for me. Had to clarify your meaning as a meaning/sign that you do. And yes, I'm finished. Good live stream to everyone. Thanks again so much, Yarno, for your super chat tip there. Let me look at your first comment again and see what you said there. You said, I don't have a lot of money. Not sure if it is good to mention, but take that as you do a lot of good work and you deserve my respect and support. Well, thank you, Yarno. Thanks so much again for that. Hey, Sarah Smith, how's it going? AJ Vintage. Yeah, Lisa, just think about it. Yeah, if you want to do a YouTube channel, just do it. Don't get into thinking I'm going to be big, I'm going to be famous or anything like that. I mean, if you want to get rich or famous, vegan YouTube is not the thing to get into. Trust me, it's not the path to riches or anything like that. Just do it because you feel like, as a vegan, all of us are activists to some degree. Some of us don't want to put ourselves out there for the public to see, and others don't mind. If you don't mind that, get out there and just talk about what you want to talk about, as far as getting the vegan message out there. Angry Vegan, I did hear about that anti-vegan documentary, Beyond Impossible. It's like, I haven't seen it, but just laughing. I'm already laughing at that title. Like, vegans just don't eat fake hamburgers, I mean, we got by without fake Beyond Impossible burgers for all these years. I don't know why that's all of a sudden what vegans eat or something like that, but I guess I'll check it out sometime, huh? Oh, Nagiv Athlete, you are now in Sedona. Nice. Haven't been there in a long time. I know where that's at. Yeah, I know they have a marathon out there too. I remember reading about that a few years ago when I was into running. I thought that would be great to do the Sedona Marathon. Um, you think you can do it in 2:45? Wow, kudos to you, man. You're in great shape. Yeah, I remember back when I was hardcore running. I never ran a marathon distance, but I was hoping I would be able to go sub 4 hour because I could do a half marathon in about an hour 46, hour 47, something like that. So I was hoping I would be able to do a sub 4 hour marathon. But yeah, cool. That's cool, man. You're living the life. Sedona's an amazing place. Hey, Angie and I have been talking about going back out there sometime in the not so distant future. Her mom lives not too far from there, and it's it's just it's a magical town. All the geography, the vortexes, and all that. Well, I haven't heard that one. T. Montemayor. I'm not a farmer. I've never owned a cow or anything, but you said your dad made an argument that cows need humans to milk them because they produce an excess amount of milk. If the calf and cows are not separated, is this still necessary? Well, first of all, here's the deal. Female, cows, they wouldn't be getting impregnated as often because there's the forced impregnation in the dairy industry. That's how they can keep a female cow pretty much producing milk for her entire adult life, like no time off in between pregnancies. I mean, that doesn't really happen in nature. So there'd be far fewer pregnant cows at any one time if there weren't for a dairy industry. How does it work out in the wild? I don't know. Any of you guys ever grow up on a farm? I don't know. I mean, do female cows who just get pregnant naturally from bulls or whatever, do they need a human to milk it or not? You tell me. I don't know. I mean, but is that an argument against veganism? I mean, how does that debunk veganism? Just basically don't have as many forcibly impregnated cows, and if that's really his true concern, these all these impregnated cows, don't have a dairy industry, and they won't be all these forcibly impregnated cows. And we don't tell your dad, why do we even need to drink milk for? Ask your dad, what other species of animal on this planet not only drinks the milk from another species, but drinks it through like adulthood. Milk, as we all know, is designed for a specific portion in a creature's life, for that creature's mother to give it its kind of species milk. They're not drinking it once they're like adolescents. They're not drinking it when they're teenagers or adults or anything like that. So the question is, why even drink milk for? What is the reason to drink milk for when it's completely like, if he's going to go this whole what's natural kind of thing, how is it natural for us to drink another species' milk? Yeah, apocalypse. So that's not how evolution works. You don't evolve to need another species to milk you. That doesn't sound right either, huh? But I'm just wondering if the cows' bodies have been so like perverted by human breeding, natural selection, that maybe that's true. I don't know. I really don't know. Matt, having trouble quitting cheese? Any advice? Yeah, I'm not surprised. You're probably aware. You've heard us talk about many times how there's a opiate compound in dairy, which makes, for lifelong vegetarians, they want to be fully vegan, but they can't because of that damn cheese. They give up the eggs, no problem, and all that. But since that's the only food that really has an addictive chemical in it, addictive compound, you just really got to force yourself. Just try like no cheese for like 2 weeks. I mean, maybe try to cover it up by having like vegan cheese instead. Go crazy on the vegan cheese. But hopefully you'll break, that physical dependency that the morphine compound has in dairy. So that's it. That's why you're having so much trouble there. Hey, Anal, hashtag Veganuary. Hey, Ryan, thanks for your service to promote veganism. You're welcome. I'm glad to be doing this. I mean, we're all really, that's what we like as vegans, right? We are trying to share the vegan message, which is basically Don't exploit animals, bro. Stop harming and exploiting animals. And here are all the reasons why, which I'm very happy to explain. And if anyone thinks they could debunk those reasons, I'm really happy to put them in their place. Yeah, Uncle Walt, yeah. Look what humans have done to dogs via selective breeding. So I'm going, yeah, maybe it is possible that humans have screwed up the cow bodies to the point, like, the milk situation is such that humans need to milk it. I don't know. Does anyone know? I really don't know. Yeah, try the vegan cheese, Matt. Get a whole bunch of vegan cheeses out. Just make sure you got some that you like there. If you already know what your favorites are, load up on them. 2 weeks, hardcore, go crazy with the cheese, with the vegan cheese, Matt. And then after that, see how you're doing. Yeah, and watch Dominion. If that doesn't stop you there, Matt, if that doesn't make you go cold turkey, I don't know what will. Dominion or Earthlings, one of those two will give you some extra moral support if you want to see the real reason why you don't want to have dairy. Not because I said so, it's because if you see firsthand with your eyeballs and let your brain process the horrors involved in dairy production. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and once you get over it, you're over it. Once that physical dependency is kicked, it's kicked, and you're cool. Enjoy your new life as a full-on vegan. King Julian, you're an ovo vegetarian. Could I convince you to go vegan? Ovo, that's egg, right? So that means you're a vegetarian who eats eggs. Convince you to go vegan? I mean, do you want to be vegan? Do you believe that it's wrong, that it's morally wrong for humans to harm and exploit animals? I mean, that's what you have to answer for yourself. Let me know. Yeah, Earthlings would put you off animal food for life. Yeah, Argento, full on. Okay, in love with health. Thanks for clarifying there, since I've never been in a dairy farm, really. I'm not true about humans need to milk. Your friend had a dairy. The calves are taken away, so the milk is there for the humans. Yeah, we know that part. Very sad to see. They are bonded with the babe. They can't mother them. Okay, so that's false about what that dad was saying, how the cows need humans to milk them for some reason I've never heard. Dave Villa, so you're leading a group of students to do street activism. How do I give a description that will attract students to speak up and join in direct action for the animals? Wow. Okay, you don't already have the students. Well, if you have vegan students, yeah, then that'll be a no-brainer. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is kind of unique. Is it common to see people who are not vegan going out in the street and doing street activism in the name of animals, not exploiting, not harming animals? I don't know. I mean, that'd be cool if you can pull that off. I just don't think that happens too often. But yeah, if you got vegans, they already understand the moral issues involved here. I'm not sure if your average, student fully understands what's going on as far as animal agriculture goes and the cruelty and exploitation. You have a couple, okay, huh? Yeah, I don't have any good tips for you there, other than if you want. I mean, if I don't know. I'm just wondering, will non-vegans be interested in taking up the fight for, animal rights? I don't know. I would hope so. That would be awesome. I want to hear more about this. Oh, King Julian. So, okay, you think it's wrong for animals to be exploited. I don't know, of course. I don't know. Some vegetarians don't care about animal cruelty and exploitation. That's why I need to ask. I don't know who you are. But you believe that eating eggs is okay if you are purchasing free-range chicken eggs. Okay, so I'm not an expert in chicken agriculture, chicken husbandry, or what it goes. But correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't there's still cruelty in any kind of chicken production? Just because they can run around doesn't necessarily mean the inherent cruelty of chicken farming, of egg farming is all of a sudden removed, right? I mean, you still have to forcibly impregnate chickens, and aren't all like pretty much male chicks useless in these, and they get killed and slaughtered. I mean, there's exploit. First of all, let's not even get to the killing. Just let's talk about the chickens that are laying the eggs and free range. And I know a free range has certain definitions in different parts of the country, different parts of the world. In California, it wasn't really much to be free range. It's like they could like turn around unobstructed. It doesn't mean they're running in a field. They could be fully indoors as long as they have the space to turn around. Anyway, bottom line is these animals are still being exploited. They're being raised specifically to spend their entire life, their productive life, I should say. Once their productivity goes down, they become chicken McNuggets at McDonald's. So you still have the inherent cruelty of keeping an animal in captivity and exploiting it. You're taking its work, its product, egg laying, and using that to profit off of, to make a business, to make a livelihood and money. So I'm not even getting to like the chick deaths. I'm just talking about the adult chickens who are forced to produce eggs, even though you want to like make it sound like it's nice, free range, but who cares? Say they have a palace. Say these chickens are living in a golden palace and they're being bathed and they have TVs and everything. They can do whatever they want. Still, they're being exploited. They're being raised specifically for the purpose of humans to exploit them, to make money off of them. And when those chickens are no longer economically useful for the human owners, those chickens are put to death. So explain to me, how is that not go against the definition of veganism? And again, I haven't gotten into the chick deaths yet, the baby male chicks. But anyway, let's look at the definition of veganism again. A philosophy and way of living which seeks to exclude, as far as possible and practical, and you can exclude eggs, it's not like an essential nutrient egg, all forms of exploitation and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. So just looking at the chickens that are kept alive to lay eggs, it seems like that alone would sound like a total, complete violation of the vegan ethics there. Yeah, we know about the male infant chickens being killed. So anyway, yeah, I mean, there's inherent cruelty. Even if we say somehow magically, the male chickens, the baby chicks don't get killed for some reason. Let's say somehow this farm takes care of that problem, okay? I don't know how they do it, but just say they do. Still, there's no way to deny that the female chick forced into existence, bred specifically to spend her entire life in captivity, producing eggs at a far greater, more frequent rate than she would in nature, just so that the humans could take the eggs and sell them to other humans for money. That's exploitation. There's no way around that, King Julian. Okay, valid point. But if everyone in the world, no, let's talk about everyone in the world. But if everyone in the world were to go vegan, chickens would still produce eggs. Awesome, that's fine. It's like saying, hey, if everyone in the world were to go vegan, like ducks would still fly in the air and we're not eating them. I mean, yeah, let the chickens do chicken things, Julian. That's the whole thing about being vegan, is that we are not here to participate in the exploitation of animals. And if you're buying chicken or eggs from free range or whatever, you're still saying, hey, it's cool. It's totally cool. You're saying, you're giving your high five, the thumbs up to these companies that breed chickens into existence for the whole purpose of exploiting them through their entire life, no matter how long or short those lives might be, so that they can make money. That's exploitation. So you can get all these buts and ifs there, Julian, but how do you get around the exploitation? That's what veganism clearly says. And again, let's look at it again. It says basically don't exploit animals. So yeah, raising chickens for egg production is 100% exploitation. Here's another thing too. You don't need to eat eggs. I could see maybe there might be an argument, King Julian, if eggs had some kind of essential nutrient without which humans would be sick or dead or deficient or, diseased or whatever. Take your pick, The bottom line is there is no essential nutrient to be found in eggs. In fact, one can argue eggs are quite harmful because of the higher cholesterol content. So I'm saying you don't need to eat eggs. I haven't had eggs in over 11, 12 plus years, and I'm totally fine. And, you don't have to eat eggs. So I'm not sure why make this case for eating eggs when it inherently involves exploitation to adult and baby chickens, and it's absolutely unnecessary. You don't need to eat eggs. Like, you're not going to die without them. Yes, Jesse 12th ring. Let chickens do chicken things. It's like that argument, like Vegan Gains and those guys, since humans are against cruelty to animals, what about lions and tigers hunting gazelle and wildebeest? Isn't that like harming animals? Like, no, let tigers and lions do tiger and lion things. I don't care. I didn't go vegan because I thought it was wrong that a tiger hunted a gazelle. It never occurred to me that, I'm going to go vegan because of that. No, I went vegan because I found it wrong that it's morally wrong for humans to exploit animals for food. And same thing here. It's wrong to exploit chickens for eggs. Yeah, but what chickens do on their own in the wild, I don't care. They can lay eggs. That's great. As long as humans aren't exploiting them, let chickens do chicken things. Yeah, don't be chicken, go vegan. I like that, Uncle Walt. So anyway, yeah, there are nicer comments tonight. I guess because, it's not my normal night, and all those hateful anti-vegans know to put a little mark on their calendar for Friday nights if they want to come out here and, get in a fight or something like that. So I think I caught those guys off guard, and, we have a nice, more chill discussion tonight. What do I think about reducing wild animal suffering? Well, of course, I, like to see less wild animal suffering, but it's not vegans' jobs to go out there and there's like a injured duck, let's help its feet and put some medicine on it or something like that. I mean, that's cool. That's totally cool. I'm not saying that'd be a bad thing. That's cool, but that's not like the job of vegans. That's veterinarian's job or something like that. But again, veganism is not trying to reduce suffering. In fact, if you look in the definition of vegan here, if you look at it, there's no mention of the word reducing. There's no reductionism kind of going on here. It's all about, let's look at it one more time, all together. It's a way of living which seeks to exclude. There's your verb there, not to reduce, but exclude, as far as possible and practicable, all forms of cruelty and exploitation of animals. Sure, I'd like to see wild animals not get effed with, like poachers and hunters and crap like that, for sure. That sucks, But as a vegan, there's really not too much I can do about that. You know what I'm saying? That's not my, I don't have control over the African, wildlife protection things. That's a governmental thing, but I do have control over what I put in my body. I have every day control over what I buy at restaurants, what I buy at supermarkets, and that's what veganism is. It gives you a lot of power as an individual to make decisions that reflect your ethics and collectively, all of us together, like voting, saying, hey, give us more plants, don't put as many animal products in these places. Jacqueline, what is the best answer to people who say eating animals is a choice and we should respect that? Well, I mean, every action is essentially a choice. I mean, going out and murdering someone, that's a choice, right? Going out and raping another human being, that's a choice. Should we respect that just simply because it's a choice? I mean, just simply because something was done as a matter of a choice doesn't automatically garner respect. You know what I'm saying? Just because someone, oh, I choose to murder that guy or I choose to rape that girl last week, how should we respect that? The reason why I'm picking those actions, because those are obviously immoral actions. You know, we all know it's wrong to rape people. It's wrong to go out and just murder some people. And the same thing, vegans hold that same moral standard to animals. It's wrong. It's morally wrong to harm animals. Why would here's why. If these meteors don't get why, we understand why. In my mind, I hold like the same morality. You know, not like murdering people, not raping people, and not harming animals, all in the same moral, wrongness. Because in this case of animals, eating animals, it's unnecessary. You could live entirely off plants and be extremely healthy. Why would a person needlessly kill another living sentient being, has a family, doesn't want to die? How is that right when you can not do that and eat animals? So it's not simply a choice. They're making choices that end the lives of innocent beings. These people say, oh, it's just a choice. Well, what if I murdered their brother? It's a choice I made, right? It's an immoral choice, but who cares if it's a choice? Choices shouldn't be respected if the choice that person makes is an immoral choice that kills someone needlessly. So that being a choice is an irrelevant, almost like stupid excuse to say, yeah, Jason, people just see the meat wrapped up in pretty packages and they don't see how it got into those pretty packages. All the cruelty, all the death, all the exploitation, all the pollution, all the greenhouse gases. They don't see what it takes to produce that pretty package of meat. Let's see, Ace, what's your question from a friend? Faux versus real leather. Is the environmental impact of faux leather worse than the impact of leather, which is a byproduct? I don't know how to quantify that answer for you. All I know is it takes a boatload of resources to raise cows. I guess, if they use, not only the meat for people to eat, but they use the leather. You still have to factor that in. You just can't whitewash away all the enormous inputs to raise cows for their leather. I mean, like I said, who cares if people are eating it too? I mean, they still had to use all those resources to produce that cow to make the leather. So there's a huge environmental footprint. And there's different kinds of vegan leathers, and I'm sure different kinds involve different, amounts of environmental inputs. And it depends on what are you measuring? Are you measuring pollution? Are you measuring greenhouse gas production in the process? I mean, this is a really complicated question. It depends what they mean by impact. There's like, how do you define impact? But the thing is, bottom line is, veganism is not some kind of reducing environmental impact thing. It's not an environmental movement per se, even though it has environmental benefits. It's against the cruelty and exploitation to produce the cow so that they make leather crap out of it and people wear the dead cow crap on them. That's what veganism is against, because it's morally wrong to do that. Anyway, okay, King Julian sings that fruit leather has one of the least contributions to greenhouse gases. So yeah, there's all different kinds of ways to make vegan leathers, and I self-profess not an expert in the production of these plant-based leathers, let alone their environmental impacts. I'm sure you can find someone else that knows this stuff. That's just not my wheelhouse. Okay, Ace. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You'll have to find someone that knows the numbers on that. Maybe Mike the vegan. He's more of a geek than I am, right? You know, so maybe Mike the vegan might know something like that. I personally don't know overall pollution. Again, I don't know if you can define overall pollution. You can measure pollution in many realms, like I said, greenhouse gas emissions, like how much water was used, any like like pollution in the sense of like polluting nearby like the environments that they're producing this stuff in. I guess you can look at all these overall ones to see who has the higher, and once you look at add them all up comparatively. But anyway, let's move on there. Hidden, you look good. Can I ask how old you are? How old do you think I am, Hidden? You probably guess I'm a little bit older. Take a guess, and I will reveal my age in a little bit. Um, Yeah, Uncle Walt. That's what I was saying. Yeah, the environmental impact is not part of the definition of being vegan. I went vegan because I found it just wrong to be killing animals when we could eat plants. And yeah, it so happens that if you eat plants, the environmental impact is way less than what it is for all the inputs you need for animal agriculture. But yeah, it's just like it has environmental factors for sure, veganism, but veganism is not an environmental movement. But if you are an environmentalist, you should be vegan. That's how it works. So I have all different ages here. Ryan is 69. Ryan is 54. I'm still waiting to see what Hidden thinks. But again, veganism has nothing to do with looks, all right? It doesn't mean you're going to look younger or look older. It's irrelevant to that. That's more of genetics and lifestyle factors. And what you eat, your diet is a part of that as well, I understand. But I think genetics play a stronger factor in as far as that. As far as like appearance, once you're like over the age of 40, I think genetics is more of a factor. Yeah, Beyond Burgers are stinky, Sarah. I agree with you, man. That's why Angie doesn't like me to make them here too often. They smell. Okay, Hidden Things, late 40s. Good guess. Yeah, I'm 54 and a half, basically. 54 and a half. And veganism, according to some of these anti-vegans, a vegan diet ages a person rapidly, makes them look super, super old really quickly. But Hidden, do you know who Joe Rogan is? He's the same age as me. We're born 7 days apart in the same year. And we're the exact same age. Just saying there. Me and Joe Rogan, same age. And I'm not going to say anything further than that other than you decide, you do the comparison. But I think it's genetics. I'm not blaming anything on Joe Rogan. His genetics are different than mine. I'm just saying, he gets a free pass all the time. Vegans are supposed to look old and all this crap, and I'm the same age as Joe. And I don't think I look any worse off than Joe does. We are all multicellular organisms. You got that right, nature spirit. Yeah, Joe Rogan has less gray hairs, that's for sure. Huh? He has less black hairs or brown hairs or yellow hairs or green or purple hairs for that matter, too, huh? Yeah, he's totally lacking hair. And he's been lacking it for like, what, over a decade. And then I get called out for my hair looking thinner now than it did 10 years ago. I guess you can't do that for Joe because his hair is the exact same as it was 10 years ago. Rogan uses Just for Men. Is that a hair product? Because he has no hair. It's not working if he's using a hair product. Oh, thanks, Sarah. I enjoy having fun with my hair and, doing different cuts and styles and stuff. Thank you. Yeah, Joe's really puffy in the face, huh? I just saw him a few days ago going off on some nonsense. Yeah, he's looking horrible, you know, if I may say so. Yeah, that's my opinion. People say worse about me. I just thought Joe looks like crap. Thanks, Nature Spirit. I think I'm doing all right. I've never claimed to be the healthiest person in the world or healthy as a 54-year-old or anything like that. I'm just doing my thing, eating well, exercising. I'm just doing me. I'm being me, you know, and I think it's working out decently well, at least. Dye my hair neon yellow. No, that would involve bleaching it. That would fry it out. Hidden, yeah. Yeah, we do have a music channel, even though we haven't done much videos for it recently. Let me pull it up here for you. Love Spirals is our band, and here's our band's YouTube channel. And start following it now because we are in the process of putting out a new EP. The music's all done. We have a music video that we're working on right now to kick off the new EP. But yeah, it's our band Love Spirals, and that's what goes on in this room. When I'm not making videos, this is a music room. But yeah. Ooh, whoa, we got a super chat tip there. Whoa. Let me get back over here. Dr. Bear.
I appreciate your clear, well thought out answers to questions. E.g., what about free-range eggs, vegan leather, etc.? It helps give me ideas how to respond when I encounter these questions myself.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Bear. Appreciate that. That's one service I believe I provide here. You know, how, because yeah, as a vegan, whether you want to or not, people are going to give you crap, right? I mean, you can just be minding your own business, you know, and if someone hears, hey, I heard from someone you're vegan, is that true? And you kind of creep out, yeah. And then they'll say, what about this? What about that? So you got to be ready. For the, you know, the silly things people are going to try to say to you. So that's one service I try to provide amongst many here, Dr. Bear. So I'm glad you enjoyed that one. How to respond to either anti-vegans or just people who are just hostile about you making a personal choice to not have animals die for you every day. I don't know why a lot of people hate you just for that. They don't know much about you other than, oh, this guy doesn't like to want to exploit and harm animals. I hate this guy. It sucks. Oh yeah, YouTube, Vietnam moment. Yeah, we have had in the past YouTube give us copyright claims on us using our own music. We had to go to our music publisher and have them like whitelist all the Love Spirals and Love Spirals Downward songs so we can use all our songs and not have to deal with our own publishing company trying to claim our content. But yeah. Yo, Tracy the Vegan. What's up? Tracy the Vegan caught me on a rare non-Friday live stream here, Tracy. How's it going there? What's shaking? Can you want to share any new stuff going on in your life right now or anything like that? You don't have to if you don't want to. Let's see, what's that, Peter? But what about people eating a fast food diet? Yeah, they get a free pass. You know, no one like worries about them. You know, oh, you're just eating a standard American diet and eating fast food all the time. No one says, what about your B12? What about your fiber and your potassium and your iron and stuff like that? I know when you're vegan, they're like, whoa, bro, if you don't do it really carefully, you're gonna like, you know, die or something like that. Hey, Graven Babies. Yeah, this is the Vegan Cool Kids. Yeah, Tracy. Yeah, okay. I didn't know if you want to share with the world. Yeah, Tracy. Yeah, getting close to getting their new house. Awesome. Cool. I can't wait to see it sometime. I don't know when we'll get a chance to make a trip like that, but I'd love to see it sometime. Yeah, I guess next time we try to make some kind of road trip to that part of California, that'd be cool. Yeah, congrats. Yeah, I always tweaking something though at our house, it seems, you know. What instruments do I play? I got guitars around me here. You see the two up there. There's a bunch more down here. Acoustic guitars, bass guitars, steel string acoustic, nylon string acoustics, Stratocasters, other Les Paul, and just general overall music production. I kind of consider myself more of a music producer than a musician, even though I do both. So yeah. Peter, yeah, our plan is to maybe go to Disneyland sometime next week for the whole Chinese Lunar New Year kind of thing. They do have a couple, every year they put a couple vegan options on the menu at a few places in Disney California Adventure. So yeah, I think we're going to try to go next week. Next week, I know we can't go to Tracy's next week, but I think we can make a little trip to Anaheim next week, though. Thanks, Tracy. Yeah, we haven't been able to travel. Our friends that were like watching our cats while we're gone are not really our friends anymore. So we need to like find some new trustworthy people that we trust with our house here and all our stuff here. You know, it's it takes a little bit of time to find some that we trust. Yeah, produce not pills. I'm like with you too. People eat a bunch of junk food, but will suddenly act like they're concerned about vitamins and minerals when they hear that you're vegan, huh? Keys next week. Okay, you get the keys next week. Okay, then we'll come up sometime after that, Tracy. Yeah, Graven, I heard, most of the country's getting a nice cold spell right now. Our weather's been quite nice here on the West Coast, but I see how it's all like cold in the middle and even in Florida too. Trust me with your house, Ace. Where do you live at, Ace? I don't know. I gotta meet you first. I wish Tracy lived around here. I would totally trust Tracy, no problem. If I go to any place around the world for a vacation, wow. I don't know. I wanted to go check out Noosa in Australia. Noosa Heads. Check that out. Maybe even live there in the future. That looks pretty cool. What is the RA material, Hidden? I'm not aware of what the RA material is. Is it a vegan related thing or something else? Jesse, you would come down from Canada to snuggle with our cats and play our records. Yeah, see, that's a little bit far. Yeah, Tracy is a little closer than that. She's at least in California and a cat person. So yeah, Bodhi and JoJo would be well taken care of. And Graven babies too. I trust Graven as well. But yeah, Graven's a little far on the other side of the country. See, I got to get someone. In fact, I know some people that live closer to us, but they still don't live that close. It would be like a 20-minute drive, and they don't drive that often. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. So anyway, the good thing is we don't have any trips planned anytime soon. But we might actually take another road trip this week out to the California desert again. Remember that vlog we made, I think in October, November, going to the California desert? I think we're going to do another trip this week or next week. We're looking at the weather and stuff like that. So we have some like cool trips in mind, but more like the things we could do in a day, basically, and not have to spend the night somewhere. Vegan Metalhead, Ohio, 18 degrees tomorrow. Oh man, that sounds horrible. Oh, Angry Vegan, you don't have to ride roller coasters at Disneyland. There's really not that many. And Angie and I never ride the roller coasters. If you've seen our vlogs, we avoid them like the plague. Sarah, going to Mendocino. Yeah, that's nice in Mendocino. Yeah, it's a nice part of the world for sure. Stanford Intrip, is that the one that has like a vegan menu or something like that? Is that the place I'm thinking of? Yeah, I've heard of some Mendo hotel. That's like fully vegan or something like that. How did our friends and family react when we became vegan, Caitlin? No big deal. I mean, we're already vegetarian pretty much before then. So it's like, seems like they probably thought, okay, yeah, whatever, Okay, Vegan Inn and Eco Resort. Cool. I'm glad you've gone there before. What'd you think? Let me know. I've heard about that place for a long time. Just never made an effort to really like go and do it before. Going there for 40 years. Oh my goodness, Sarah. Wow. Sounds amazing. Yeah. I want to spend more time in Mendo County. Wow, Graven, 20s? 20 degrees? Holy crap. Is that in the day or night, Graven babies? That's crazy. Okay, Hidden, thanks for clarifying what that was. No, I don't know what you're talking about there. It sounds interesting, though. You almost moved to Mendo to work there. I heard they're having water issues in Mendo. I forgot. We're having a drought, obviously, here in California. I forgot. Like, they only have a reservoir in Mendo. They don't have, they're not connected to the state water pipes or something like that. I don't know. It sounds like it was, let me know if you don't know anything more about that. Yeah, Jesse, I've always wanted to go to Canada too, ever since I was a young man. Still haven't made it though. Okay, 27 degrees at night. That's cold for Florida. Yeah, occasionally here in California, and like where we live out here in Southern California, it'll drop into the 30s and super rarely into the upper 20s. But that's super rare to get below freezing. It's like once every like 20 years or something like that. They have to truck their water in. Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully they got a nice bunch of rain the past few months. It's all dried up. I mean, there's no storms right now really, but you know, we got a nice soaking, especially Northern California, got a nice soaking last month. Yeah, Uncle Walt, yeah, pretty nice weather. I know. The weather's perfect right now. Another reason why I want to do a desert road trip again soon, because if I look at like, you know, Palm Springs area, it's like, you know, 75, 72, 78 degrees, depending on what day you go. Because in the summer there, it's like 115 degrees. It's crazy bad. You finally had to wear a hoodie. That's funny, David. Where are you at? Are you in Florida? Hidden. What made me become vegan? What was the hidden argument or realization? Well, forgive me, everyone who's heard this story a million times. I liked the word there, realization, because that's exactly what it was hidden. It was the realization. I think I've actually used that word verbatim, realization, that it was unnecessary for animals to die. Animals, I realized one day, like, wow, I've been eating vegan for a few days. I'm like, wow, no animals needed to die in order for me to live. And just let that sink in if you're not vegan. No animals need to die in order for me to live. Like, once you realize that no animals need to die in order for you to live, then you can like ask yourself, then why would you choose a lifestyle that required animals to die in order for you to live? To me, it makes no sense. Like, why kill animals when you don't have to? You can eat plants, which are delicious, by the way, and to provide all the nutrients you need. And if you need some more, take a supplement. Why would you want animals to die? I mean, do you enjoy animals being killed? Most people don't, right? Unless there's some kind of weird sociopath or something like that. Most people don't like animals being killed, but they're cool with it if it's done out of sight, out of mind, and the food comes up wrapped in plastic or served as a burger or whatever. Then they're okay with it because they don't have to think about the cruelty. But why would you want cruelty to happen needlessly every day for you when you don't need it, when you can eat plants and live and be healthy? That was the realization I had. For me, it was a no-brainer after that. It took a little while to implement my life, you know, get new changes in there to be fully vegan, but that was it. That was the realization. Once I fully realized that, my life was never the same. Hey, Brendan Bourne. Yes, doing good. Well, we have the vegan metalhead and vegan metalhead. How can we have two? Who is this? Am my eyes deceiving me? What is going on here? Who is the real vegan metalhead? Or I guess we can have two vegan metalheads: the vegan metalhead and vegan metalhead. Eagles and crying. Well, what about mothers who, or parents who are in charge of the family food, who have children who never made the moral choice to go vegan and don't want to go along with a fully plant-based lifestyle? Are these parents, like say a mother who made the choice to go fully vegan, morally committed, is she not a vegan because she has to provide food for her children or her grandparents that she cares for? Or it could be a man taking care of it. I'm not being sexist or anything. So a vegan is a moral choice that you make for yourself. Let's look at it again. Oops, wrong webpage here. Definition of veganism is a philosophy. It's something that happens up here in a way of living which seeks to exclude as far as possible and practicable all forms of cruelty and exploitation of animals. So if you're in charge of your kids' meals, veganism isn't saying, well, screw your kids, let them die and stuff or whatever like that, you know, or whatever. I'm not saying vegan diet would kill them. It's just like, you know, I mean, you can't force someone to have that moral decision that you had to go vegan. And yeah, likewise, cats can't make that decision too. Only you can decide to go vegan for yourself is what I'm trying to say. Hey, Leah Rose, how's it going? Hidden, cool. I'm glad you also don't like seeing animals being killed. So yeah, let me know if you're vegan or not. If you're not, maybe this gives you some food for thought as to like taking the next step. If you find it morally wrong to harm animals, especially when it's completely unnecessary. Okay, eagles and crying. Yeah, that's my point. Yeah, you can. Yeah, veganism is a decision that you make for yourself. You can't make that for you. I've tried to say, hey, family members, friends, go vegan, and they don't listen to me. They'll go to vegan restaurants with me and stuff like that, but they won't go vegan themselves. You know. Oh, Crunchy Curly, thanks so much for the super chat tip there. You love the recent video with the kitty. Thank you so much. Yeah, those were sad videos. I mean, that happened back in like May or June of last year. So it was kind of interesting now to see them like 6 months out, and it was a really weird time in our lives. It was a really emotional time for us to do all that we did there in that really compact 2 weeks with that baby kitty. You're not vegan. What do you think, though, Hidden? Or what do you think about what I've been talking about here? It sounds like you agree with the idea that like why intentionally have animals die every day, every meal for you when you don't have to. And if you're having some you're probably wondering like, what should you do now? What should you eat? Well, we have our books. And you picked a good time. This is known as Veganuary, a month where we're trying to get as many people to try eating at least plant-based. You don't have to go vegan, but at least try eating plants. And this book, our Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook, is a great place to start. It'll show you all kinds of easy to make recipes with not really weird ingredients, stuff you can find most stores, and make simple meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, stuff that'll fill you up and not leave you wanting for more and go, oh my God, vegan meals are lacking. No, you'll be stuffed on this. Let me send you a link to our store where you can get the print book on sale and even the ebooks on sale too. In fact, if you want, you can order the ebook right now and get it instantly as a download. So let me send you the link to that here, because that's probably the most important tool. If you're new to eating plants exclusively, you probably don't have a lot of go-to meals that are all plants that you can have enough variety to get started. So that's probably one of the most important things. If you have the desire to go vegan, you have to have some background on what to make as a diet. Caitlin, yeah, I'm not a what's that called, a veterinarian or anything. Like, what's my opinion on dogs being vegan? I don't want to give any advice or any endorsements. First of all, I've never really owned a dog as an adult, so I can't give any firsthand experiences there. I've known tons of people that have vegan dogs. I'm sure there's probably a few people in the chat right now. From what I understand, what I hear, it's pretty easy. Cats could be a little more complicated, but dogs, from what I understand, pretty easy. Say about cats, a little more individuality within cats, but dogs in a general sense, more general sense than cats, sounds like it's pretty easy for dogs to eat exclusively plants. You can't make a dog vegan, obviously. Again, it's a moral choice. Dogs are not moral creatures, but yeah, anyway. Cool, Leah. I'm glad you have and enjoy our book. Yeah, Vegan Zombie has a vegan dog. I mean, tons of people have vegan dogs, right? It's not that hard. Graven Babies, 3 vegan dogs. Hey, Fu Man Poo, what's up? Eagles and Cycling, been vegan 3.5 years now. And full blood work, all perfect. Oh, good for you. Don't let those people tell you that vegans are all deficient and gonna die, like some guy tried to say early in this live stream. Let's see, so Hidden likes what I'm saying. You're still thinking about it and lurking around various YouTube channels to give you an idea of what kinds of recipes. I'd just try ours. This is the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. This is like a food diary. It's more than a book. It's really what we've been eating here for the past 4 or 5 years. Let me just show you the first recipe on here, the Tuscan kale pilaf. I mean, this is a nice hearty ass meal here. You got your rices in here. You can use a brown rice. Now we use a wild rice mix. You got some white beans, some kale mixed in, some sun-dried tomatoes. And it's filling, and it cooks in about less than half an hour in our pressure cooker. Just a simple, easy meal there. We just throw it all together, turn on the pressure pot, walk away, come back, and start chowing. What would you do if you were to go in prison as a vegan? I'm sure there's some way to do it, but hopefully I'll never go to freaking prison. But I don't know. I have no idea what it's like to be incarcerated and have dietary requirements. I have no idea how that works out. Travis, your dog is an agnostic anarcho-communist. So your dog has moral agency. Well, Travis has a pretty advanced dog there. Wow. Ace, how much are the books? I like to save up for one in the future. I really don't know how to make vegan foods. Ace, well, right now is a good time. You have until the end of the month to use the code. Let me paste it down there again. If you get any of our books, I'm sorry, the print book, just type in Veganuary and you'll save $5 during the month of January. So it's normally $25, so it's $20 during the month of January if you use the Veganuary code. And the ebook's on sale right now too for $9.99 for the month of January. So we rarely put our stuff on sale. We're kind of like Apple, we kind of don't have all these blowout sales and stuff like that, So anyway, yeah, now is as good a time of any if you can afford it right now, because it'll probably cost more in the not so distant future. Wow, Peter, 4 activists might go to prison if they lose their trial. Wow, that's serious crap there, man. Huh. Sorry to hear about that, Peter. That's disgusting to put vegan activists in prison. Assuming they didn't do anything bad. Meet the victims lockdown? What is that? Hopefully it's nothing too bad. I assume it's not. It's rough in prison, vegan metalhead? I'm sure it is. Diet-wise too, I imagine too. Yeah, Graven babies. Yeah, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are vegan. Yeah, there's a good one for you, Hidden. I'll make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in a pinch if I'm really just need some quick food, like for lunch or something like that. Well, you thought you were going to prison when you were 18? What'd you do there? Just curious if you don't mind sharing. Nature Spirit, thinking of getting our book. Now is the time. Seriously, now get it before the end of January to get in on the discounts. The $5 off, and the ebooks $3 off. So these are some pretty generous discounts right now. We're trying to get as many people to go vegan in January. Or even though we're not officially connected with Veganuary, we're in the whole spirit of just let's try to get as many people vegan. Let's give them the support they need. Yeah, thanks, Leia. The books are a great price, less than like eating out, right? Like $20. Like try to go to a restaurant for 2 people with tax. Tip even $20, it'd be pretty tough. Oh, you got in a fight. That's what got who was a minor. Oh, okay, yeah. Don't get in fights with minors, guys. Yeah, that's bad legally. Favorite thing from our store? Probably our book. Probably the Happy Halloween Cookbook, even though it's Angie's baby, she wrote it. This is our coolest thing. This has so many great food ideas in here. Yeah. Okay, Meet the Victims is a lockdown at different factory farms where they lock down with the intent to have a conversation with the farm and release animals. Okay, so they're basically like obstructing the workflow, right? Locking down on like some items at the farm. How is that like a prisonable crime? Like, you're just like trespassing basically. You can go to prison for like just locking yourself to something? Huh. That's sad. How should you respond to religious friends that say it's okay to eat animals because God gives man dominion over animals? Well, let's look what dominion means, okay? To have dominion over something. Let's look at the definition of dominion. Okay, to control, to have control over something. Like, it's to be a steward, to manage. How does that mean murder, rape, and kill and stuff? Like, someone might have me babysit their children. I have dominion over their babies for a few hours. Doesn't mean I should like kill them or anything like that, right? Dominion doesn't mean do as you effing please, exploit, harm, abuse. Where in the definition of dominion does it say that you're harming, exploiting, abusing, doing all these bad things? It just means you're managing, taking care of something. So they have a really perverted definition of dominion. So don't let them give you their children to babysit and you'll have dominion over them for the evening while the parents are at the movies or something like that, because you could like do all these horrible things to them because, hey, God said I have dominion over them. Or I'm saying dominion does not mean rape, harm, exploit, kill, murder. That's not the definition of dominion. If that's what they think it means, they've created their own custom-made definition of dominion to support their effed up beliefs about humans eating animals. They've perverted a perfectly fine definition, is what I'm saying. They're abusing the language. Okay. Oh, wrong screen here. And also, back to that question about what did God, if they want to try to justify in the Bible, yeah, dominion's not going to work. And let's just look at the not the definition of what it says in Genesis. I can't even spell it. Genesis 1:29, and this is direct from the Bible. And God said, again, I'm not a Christian, I'm a Buddhist. I'm just reading what it says here. If someone's trying to use the Bible as their moral justification to rape, harm, and torture animals, because it doesn't say to do that. It says, Genesis 1:29, God said, behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for food. It says right here, where did it say and eat and harm and rape and exploit animals? It doesn't say that. It says basically eat every like edible plant that on the face of the planet. They're totally cool. So there is scripture saying, hey, eat all the plants, bro. But where's the scripture that says, oh yeah, dominion means rape and harm and torture God's creatures? It doesn't say that. Again, they're perverting the definition of dominion. And basically, anyway, I don't want to get too off in the deep end of here. Is that a perfect translation of the original text? What I put up there, I don't know. I don't know if it's a King James or not. What's considered a perfect translation, but that's basically what it says. It says, here are all the plants, eat them, bro. That's what it says. Here are all the plants and seeds, eat them, bro. Oh, thanks, Tracy. My bad. Thank you. I'm glad I have my moderators here to help me out with this. What's the most difficult argument to debate? There pretty much are none. I mean, all arguments against veganism ultimately fail because they're all are essentially flawed. I'm still waiting to hear a valid argument against veganism. All right, let me take a little quick stretch here, guys. I'm sitting here almost an hour and a half now. Kind of tired. I did leg day in my home gym today, which means some squats. And I took like last week off from pretty much all heavy lifting, so I'm just kind of getting back into it. So just, you know, some heavy stuff today. Trying to build my strength back up for another crack at dunking later on this year. Let's see. And your friends that try to use the Bible as justification for eating meat, how does that explain all the many Christian vegans? Meaning there's nothing inherently wrong with, you're not breaking any Christian precepts or beliefs by eating just plants. There's nothing incompatible between veganism and being a Christian. At least I'm still sitting on leg day. That's true, but I just feel some different pains I haven't felt in my body for over a week. Oh, horror movie, right on, Graven Babies. Yeah, leave me. I can't compete with the horror movies there. Yeah, there we go. Trini vegan, Christian vegan, nothing incompatible. There's nothing in the Bible that says you have to eat meat or else you're committing a major atrocious sin against God or something like that. It doesn't say that. Kylie, your actions don't make a difference? Then don't vote. Don't do anything. I mean, yeah, individually, your actions might not add up to much, but collectively, that's how you vote with your dollars, with your actual vote when you vote in elections. Yeah, one person might not add to be much, but you know, if 5% of Americans are vegan, that's a huge impact. Think about how many fewer animals are being raised for slaughter, fewer greenhouse gases emitted. It's just there's all sorts of tangibles that add up to big numbers once you look at it collectively. But yeah, individually, yeah, you might not feel like you can do that much. But tell them if you wouldn't have that kind of, and that's apathy. If these people would have that kind of apathetic attitude, like individually doesn't make a difference, then tell them never to do anything, never to vote, never speak your mind on an issue ever, because it's just one voice in a sea of billions of people. Apathy is a pathetic excuse to like, oh, I'm never going to do any action because I'm apathetic. Anyway. Hexic, you have to tear apart nihilism before you can even begin arguing for morality with a nihilist. Well, fortunately, I don't have to deal with nihilists too often, or nihilists, I should say. Uncle Walt, Angie's probably going to be fixing a chili or maybe a quiche. She has all the ingredients to see if she can be inspired or bothered to go through the trouble of baking that. Hidden, yeah, I've been vegan for 11 years, Hidden. 11 and a half years now. No, not a half. No, 11 and a quarter years. Angie does rock, that's for sure. Oh, thanks, Nature Spirit. I'm glad you can enjoy our content. Awesome. Thanks so much, Nature Spirit. Well, don't say yum quiche yet, AJ, because I don't know. It's just one of the things that she might make tonight. Derek, how do I feel about anti-natalism? I mean, I think I'm of the opinion, yeah, Earth's at a point where it's hard to carry all the humans on the planet. You know, there's quite a few, 8 billion plus people. I mean, I've chosen not to reproduce. That'd be cool if just, people had like on average, like 2 offspring and kind of like at least maintain our population rather than keep growing it. But yeah, I've never really thought about practicing like not expanding the human population as something I'm trying to do or anything. I just, that's not something I really got into. But yeah, I do think, we can't really grow it too much more. And that's not veganism. That's just me doing some quick and dirty math in the past. Oh man, unnatural vegan is reproducing more. Oh man, ugh. So that's all I want to say about that. Ugh. Death metal got you into veganism. Yes, please do share how they are related. Curious. Hexic Dragon, which separates long-term vegans versus those who struggle with it. I mean, if you've seen any of my videos responding to these why I'm no longer vegan people, Most all of these no longer vegan people were doing it for like these fad diet reasons. They weren't like typically ethical vegans. They were like raw foodists trying to get purity and perfect health and the optimal human diet and all this detoxing and juicing and fasting and all this stuff. And for some people, it wrecks their guts, we've seen. Most of these people end up getting some kind of like SIBO or some kind of condition which they should go seek help from a gastroenterologist. But you're not getting these problems from people who eat a balanced, sensible diet, 3 meals a day, not starving themselves, not eating just fruit or and vegetables raw, I mean, that's what I'm seeing. People who are doing this for ethical reasons and therefore not destroying or taking chances with their health by doing these extreme and restrictive exclusionary diets, restricting perfectly healthy food groups out. That's the biggest difference. People who are doing these fatty, trendy, restrictive health experiments are the ones who sometimes fail on these health experiments. People who are eating sensible, balanced vegan diets, there's nothing risky going on there. There's nothing to fail from. And the reason why I point out the ethical vegans usually don't give a crap about, purity and detoxing and all this stuff. They just want to eat food. We're here because it's wrong to exploit animals, and give us some healthy foods to eat. There could be orthorexia and other things like that, trying to achieve purity and cleanliness and perfection and nonsense stuff like that. That has nothing to do with veganism. So yeah, there could be psychological issues as well, but yeah. Life with Beans. I did a video about her, how she could no longer be vegan. Why? Because she thought it was wrong for her children to go to school and there'd be a birthday party for another student and her vegan kids couldn't participate in the cake. So she herself could no longer be vegan. Just stuff like that. Like, these reasons make no sense whatsoever. I don't think they were raw, but they just had some of the dumbest reasons. Like, if you don't want to be vegan, I guess that's fine, but don't blame it on your kids going to school. If you don't want to be vegan for your own reasons, cool. But just because your kid can eat a cake a couple times a year, that's no reason for you to quit being vegan. That makes zero sense. And she's going to have a 9th kid now? Wow. Oh, okay. Didn't hear about that before. Heaven shall burn. Wow, 9 kids. But you know how expensive that is to have 9 kids? I mean, I always, that's why I don't even have 1 kid, just because I knew how much our lifestyles would be impacted. I mean, I'd have to be totally solid financially. I couldn't be living like an artist my whole life where it's like kind of feast or famine, and more famine than feast. You got to provide, and, you have the responsibility to, for that, for your kids. Wow. That's cool. That's their choice, but yeah, they're not helping the total human population problem there, huh? Let's see. Sarah, Angie hasn't made the quiche yet. She got the recipe idea from a friend online a few days ago, so we'll see how she makes it. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, but we did buy 2 of those just egg tubes or whatever they're called for the quiche. Yeah, and just egg is mainly made out of mung bean, which is weird. It's a total staple in Asian foods, but the United States FDA didn't know what it was and made them do some stupid animal testing because they didn't know what mung bean was. Like, you don't know what mung bean was? Like, millions of people eat mung bean every day. Anyway. Let's see. All right, how about some more questions before I go? Let me see. Let me see how the Lakers are doing. Let me see how the Lakers game's coming along. Just kind of curious, are they almost done or not? Let's see.
All right.
Oh, wow, they're winning. Or have they won? They won. Holy crap, the Lakers beat the Brooklyn Nets today? Awesome. Wow, it makes a difference to get your star player back from injury. And I see we just got a super chat tip there from Giggles. Thank you, Giggles, for the Disneyland trip. Hey, yeah, I tell you, I think we have 2 trips in the planning here, Giggles. We have one for Disneyland for their Lunar New Year. They always have a few vegan options, but I think we're going to try to make a trip again to the Southern California lower desert. It's a perfect time of year to go. It's like, in the low mid 70s or even upper 70s on some days. And do some more hiking. There's some more Indian canyons we need to explore there, and there's the great vegan food that we had last time. So we're definitely going to use that, Giggles. If not this week in the desert, next week Disneyland or the desert, we're going to still have to plan it all out. But thank you so much, because yeah, we have a couple, pretty big trips for us coming up really, really soon, and those trips are going to involve a lot of eating. We're going to be buying vegan food for sure. So I won't think about the budget. I'll just buy the big vegan sandwich, go for the extras on it. Thanks, Giggles. Appreciate it. All right, Sarah, yeah, you make some dinner and zap some over to us, because I sure could use a bite. Ooh, impossible sausage and just egg scramble for breakfast. That sounds great, Hexic. Digging that. Yeah, Angry Vegan. I know, the FDA was worried about mung beans, what it could do on the body, but not the crap that, people eat, meat-wise, huh? Oh, Peter, I didn't realize Soylent Green, the movie, was set in this year. That's funny. I'll have to watch that again. All right, so let's get some more questions here. I'll answer some more questions and I'll go. This won't be a big live stream like my Fridays. Fridays like the big trademark weekly Debunk vegan live stream, but we can do a few more vegan related questions. It's been fun today, actually, answering vegan things, old school, going back old school, rather than the newer, live streams, especially the Fridays have been geared up towards answering vegan questions, but a lot of debunk vegan if you can type things. So let's see if you got any more questions here. Leah, yeah, it's nice here, man. I can't lie, our weather right now is actually the eastern United States and the middle of the United States are pretty cold right now, but the West Coast is looking really good, and yeah, Southern California's been pretty nice. I've been sitting outside on our front yard chairs in the sun with my shirt off, getting all that vitamin D and feeling good. Ace, what you're describing there is just egg. They didn't want to do it, but they had to. They knew they had to have the FDA approve it, and even Impossible had to do that too with them. At least the Impossible Burger, because it had the plant-based heme iron, which the FDA had never seen before. So I don't see too many vegans boycotting Just Egg or Impossible. So that's a decision you have to make. I kind of liken that testing to being like medicines, like any medicine you want to take, except for aspirin. Every other drug, every pharmaceutical that you can buy in the United States has gone through FDA testing, which means there was some animal testing. Unfortunately, it's just how the law works. And, I know there's special interests working to change that in Washington, D.C. But in the meantime, that's the reality we live in. So, that's that. I don't know what to say about that. No, I don't take any creatine. I don't think it's in any of my supplements either. Hidden. I took the vaccine. I got 3 shots of Moderna, the messenger RNA vaccine, and which has no animal products in it, by the way. Yeah, Jesse, I have so much vegan deterioration happening. I just might just die in the Canadian winter, huh? Yeah, they had to animal test, unfortunately. Yeah, just egg and impossible. Just like the messenger RNA vaccine. There's no animal product in it, but it had to get tested because that's what the FDA required, as they did with just egg. Yes, Sarah, I knew who. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I've only seen him online and stuff. But yeah, I heard about him passing. And even though I'm Buddhist, I didn't really know too much about him, to be honest with you. I mean, little bits I've seen sound like yeah, he's a Buddhist. Yeah, I just never really read or too much about him before. But yeah, it's sad. One day the Dalai Lama's gonna pass too. You're gonna get an extra shot, huh, Fu Man? Yeah, I'm pretty much Buddhist hidden. That's how I kind of if someone put a gun in my head with religion art, I call it Buddhist. I guess I've read more Buddhist teachings over the years. I've been in more Buddhist temples and churches or mosques or anything like that. Yeah, people are telling me Meatloaf was vegan too. I am magnetic now, guys. See? Let me get some. I remember I did that on a live stream. I got some magnets and placed them on me, and they just kept falling off, Sarah, you got your 3 shots of Moderna too. I'm so glad I ended up getting Moderna. I knew when I was going to the drugstore, CVS, I was going to get an mRNA vaccine. I didn't know which one, but I knew it wasn't Johnson & Johnson. And I'm so glad it was Moderna, which seems to, according to all the studies, be the most effective. Has been the entire time. Yeah, 3 shots of Moderna is, even against Omicron, seems to have the same amount of effectiveness as like just 2 shots against Delta or Alpha. Yeah, who knows, Peter? They might have to change the shots too, because all the mutations, they just keep changing and evolving. Their spike proteins are changing, making it them more evasive for vaccines. So yeah, we might have to until it all gets settled down. Yeah, vegan metalhead, you should be pretty solid too. But yeah, get boosted, guys. I know a lot of guys that haven't got boosted and wish they did get boosted. Midwest animal rights. Can I explain the difference between veganism and Ahimsa? I'm vaguely familiar with the concept of Ahimsa, but let's take a look at it. Here's the definition of veganism, which basically says don't exploit animals. Okay. Cause no injury. Non-violence. That's yeah. I mean that's consistent with Buddhism's basic. I'm sorry, not Buddhism. With veganism's basic idea. Just veganism has ahimsa just in a very specific context. Don't exploit animals. Meaning you could still be a vegan and go out and punch a guy that's bugging you, some guy you're pissed off at or something like that, or a guy bugs you at the gym, hit him, whatever. But yeah, ahimsa would not allow you to, have any violence towards humans as well as animals. So vegan, you can be violent towards humans if you want to be. Yeah, vegan fighters, vegan wrestlers, vegan MMA, all that stuff, I guess if you're fully into ahimsa, you might have some moral or conceptual like issues with being a fighter. Yeah, here's a good one. Yeah, good Fu Man. Ahimsa practice no harm to living things. Vegans don't care so much about stepping on bugs. Yeah, we would prefer not to step on the bug, but it's not like I try to plot a path out when I'm walking outside to make sure if I would prefer not to step on a bug, obviously, but it happens and, that doesn't make me not vegan. Back to day one, Angie said. People are asking, what's for dinner tonight? I said you were talking about maybe chili or the quiche if you feel like more ambitious.
No, Boogie had me trapped on the couch. I didn't make any quiche.
Okay, yeah, I figured it takes an hour to bake. Yeah.
I could start some chili.
Yeah, chili would be good.
Or we can have our classic
What's our classic?
Tuscan kale pilaf.
I was just showing them the Tuscan kale pilaf in here.
But I could start some chili and then get in the bath.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're having chili tonight, guys.
All
now
right.
it's been settled. People were asking.
It's the 3-bean veggie chili.
Is that in the book here too?
It sure is.
It's in here too, guys. The 3-bean vegan chili and happy. See, I'm telling you, this is how we eat, people. This is not just a book. It's a true food diary. This is how we've been eating for the past 4 or 5 years and how we still continue to eat to this day.
Well, last night we had the Hoppin' John.
Hoppin' John's is in here too, yeah. Mm-hmm. See,
the other day we had the split piece.
We had the split pea soup, which is in here too. That was the night before. See, we really eat. This is how we eat, guys.
We made the kitchery.
Made the kitchery the night before. When people say, I see all that junk food and stuff you're eating. No, that's when we go out of the house and we're out at a restaurant. Yeah, they're not
more likely to take a photo or video.
Yeah.
That's something else.
But this is how we eat. You know, this is how we eat day in and day out. This is how it works. You know, this is not, you know, this is how we eat. Unless we go out. Like we'll hopefully eat at Chef Tanya's kitchen this week and have, she won't have these healthy, oil-free, salt-free recipes there.
Will not.
She definitely will not. And Giggles gave us $19.99 for our next trip. So I said, all right, we're going to
spend it.
Yep.
Spend it at Tanya's.
I let Giggles know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're set. We have some money to buy some food.
We're gonna do some sandwiches.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go throw all the ingredients in the pot, and then I'll get in the bathtub.
All right, sounds good.
None.
Ace, will we adopt you? I don't know. We said we're not gonna have any kids, so I don't know. Dawn, any good vegan restaurants in Los Cabos, like Cabo San Lucas, La Paz? We're talking about that area. Let me know, because I want to go down there too. I have a friend that lives in La Paz. I've been trying to get down there for ages. What is this? Is that some spam from a Russian? What is that? Someone trying to leave a URL down there? What is that? Should I just block it? Yeah, thanks, Uncle Walt. Yeah. Hey, if you're trying to spam us, don't do it. I'm going to ban you next time you do that. Please don't push links to spam or links to anything without asking. Yep, I got a gorgeous wife. You guys are right. Thank you. I don't eat at Taco Bell, Vegan Metalhead. I eat out here in the West Coast at a place called Del Taco. In fact, I picked some up today after I stopped by the post office. But I believe Taco Bell's beans are vegan, you know, not made with lard. Correct me if I'm wrong down here. I haven't eaten at Taco Bell in many, many years. But let me know, guys, what's up with Taco Bell. Okay. Hexa confirms that they are vegan. That's what I was led to believe too. Wow, Kaz, day 3 of being vegan? Awesome. Well, let me know if you need any help, because our books are on sale for the month of January, you know, celebrating Veganuary. We got a code. Let me see if I got it right here. There it is. Just put it down there. Save $5 on the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. And the ebooks are on sale too. Not trying to spam yourself. I'm going, if you're day 3 vegan, I know what it's like. You probably don't have all your food ideas worked out for breakfast, lunch, dinner, some go-to things. So let me know if I can help you out there. I see the word spam in there. What's that? Jack in the Box owns Del Taco, Uncle Walt? I didn't know that. When did that happen? Wait, what's going on here? Wow, Sarah, your mother was vaccinated and died. See, that's why I'm so careful about my mom. She's in her 80s. She's vaccinated and boosted, but she's still, you know, vulnerable. She's overweight. She had some heart surgery last summer, as you guys might remember. So I'm really just overprotective about my mom. If I'm not feeling good, I won't go visit her or anything like that. Oh, vegan metal. You swore in Indonesian. Totally cool. No problem. Thanks for the super chat tip there. In Indonesian, no less. Calcium. I just eat a wide array of plants, Anthony. I really don't really track any of my vitamins, minerals, or nutrients anymore. I've been doing this 11 years now, vegan 11 years. And yeah, I've been getting my blood tested. Have you seen my blood test videos? I'll link them there for you. The calcium is always strong. Let me just put a link there for you, just in case you want to have a look at them. Hang on one second. Yeah, I thought I had it all ready to go. Let me get blood tests. All right, here's the link to my blood test vids. And yeah, my calcium's been strong the entire time. And like I said, I don't really supplement with anything. I just eat a wide, diverse array of plants, lots of greens, and the calcium's never been an issue. So for me, I really don't, I'm not too like thinking consciously about sources of calcium. You might be. So anyway, that's totally fine. I'm just saying myself, I just don't really think. But again, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not giving any particular like nutrition advice here. Yeah, it's easy as a vegan. Yeah, that's what I found. That's what I'm trying to say. For me, it's been quite easy as a vegan. Okay, my mom is, I think, 83 now. Let's see. Yeah, 83. Yeah, I'm West Coast. What was your question there, though, Kaz? If I'm private about it, no need to share, just curious. Yeah, Long Beach, CA. Oh, I didn't hear about that. Jack in the Box bought Del Taco for like $500 million. Wow, that's crazy. And last December, I'm surprised I didn't hear about that. Huh? I didn't know they were worth that much. Wow, that's crazy. I hope they don't destroy it. I hope. I mean, because Taco Bell's. I mean, I'm sorry, Del Taco's pretty cool. I hope they don't like. That sucks. They actually, strangely, after January, they got rid of one of my favorite vegan burrito options I used to get, you know? It was, anyway, oh well, I wonder if that had something to do with it. Oh well. Okay, I've not heard of that song. Hello, hola, mi comunidad vegana. I'm going to be going pretty soon, unfortunately. I've been on for a while, and yeah, I've been on for a bit. Kind of tired, so I'm going to just save my energy for the Friday live stream. Come back and rock it hard. Favorite vegetable, Derek? I don't know if I have a favorite vegetable. I don't think I go. I hate to be bored. I don't think I have a favorite vegetable. Huh, that is weird how someone's message got deleted by a moderator who I don't have? Huh, how is that possible? Oh yeah, Proteinaholic. I'm not sure you're recommending that to Tracy, but thank you. That's a great book. I recommend that to people all the time. I love Dr. Garth. He's very well spoken, very well researched, and also an ethical vegan. Unlike, you know, all these other like so-called vegan doctors, you know, like say Dr. Greger and, you know, McDougall, you know, these guys, I don't ever hear them saying that they're vegan, even though they might be promoting a vegan diet. Leah, yeah, we get all different kinds of rice. I made a video about rice. If you want to see it, I'll put the link to it here. Let me go find it here. There's controversy about like arsenic and stuff like that. Let me see if I can just type in rice and get it. Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy. Okay. Yeah, this is it here. Let me paste you a link to my arsenic and rice video. You can check that out. And the reason I want you to watch it rather than me explain it, it's kind of complicated. It's hard to explain really quickly. But there's certain rices we just categorically avoid at all costs, and others that we're totally fine with. Let's see. Derek wants to know, are we as a society, and maybe more specifically athletes, over consuming protein? I think as a society, my hunch is yes. Athletes, depends what you're trying to do. I mean, if you're really athletic, especially, wanting to break down muscle, have it recover and get bigger and stronger, a little extra protein ain't gonna hurt. Are you over consuming it? There's actually math that you can use, like how much protein is like the optimal, and beyond that, nothing. It's like nothing more will happen. There's the math about that. I'm not too anal about that stuff, but yeah, I agree. I think as a society in general, yes, but athletes, if you need it, take it. And if you're going over with what's biologically bioavailable mathematically, then yeah, then you're over consuming it. And I said there's some clear math to figure that out. I remember on the Joe Rogan podcast when Lightning Wilkes was on, he covered those numbers really clearly in there. I haven't read Earthling Ed's book yet. How can I get a copy of Earthling Ed's book? I would love to read Earthling Ed's book. What's that, Uncle Walt? Have you ever taken red yeast rice supplements? No. What are they, Uncle Walt? Never even heard of them. Do I agree with Dr. Davis and him now promoting olive oil, saying it's beneficial and healthy? I saw what he said on Twitter or Instagram, and I don't know if he's necessarily promoting olive oil, is he? I mean, I have to read his post again. He's just acknowledging the more recent research showing that olive oil probably isn't bad for you, and there's healthy omega-3s in it, and it's probably not going to give you heart disease. That was like something that like Dr. Esselstyn was saying in his early books. Maybe he has a revised opinion, so I think Dr. Garth is revising his opinion. I've been of the belief that olive oil isn't bad. I just don't like oils because they're calorically dense. So if you're trying to stay lean, if you're an athlete or overweight, don't want to put on any extra, excess calories that you don't need olive oil. It's not like you need it to live or anything like that. So I think, yeah, I agree with Dr. Garth in that, yeah, I think a lot of vegans who were schooled by the old school doctors about oil kind of warning about that. I think that needs to be brought back in a little bit. They're not as bad as people say for you, especially ones that are low in saturated fat. That's why I still am afraid of, and rightfully, of coconut oil. It's super high in saturated fat, raises your LDL cholesterol. But yeah, olive oil is fine. I'll have it sometimes. We'll have some bruschetta sometimes and dip it in olive oil. Nothing bad happens to us or anything like that. But it's not a staple. We don't own any olive oil right now. We own some avocado oil, which we use occasionally, mainly to pop popcorn. And I think Angie's put it in a couple dishes. I can't remember what off the top of my head, but it's, yeah, a little oil, definitely, not bad for you. And as long as you have the caloric budget to afford having those dense, almost empty like calories in your diet. Most people don't. Most Americans, 2 out of 3 Americans are overweight or obese, and I'm neither, but I like to stay lean and I eat a lot of food. So if my foods are really oily, that would change that equation. Metalhead, I don't know what percentage that is. No, I didn't see that. I mean, what's wrong with liking Korean music? I listen to tons of Korean music. Is it wrong for a person who's not Korean to like music from Korea? I mean, what I like about a lot of Korean music I've been listening to is that they're listening to music that I'm into, like shoegazer and deep house and just the stuff I've been into for decades, and to hear them interpret it their own way, and I see what they're doing, and I'm influenced by that too. So I don't think there's anything wrong to say that's culturally appropriating. Like, if you like something, you like something. Like, that's ridiculous. I have to see the statement in context, but how is it ridiculous to like something from another culture? I mean, you just like it. The Koreans like our stuff. Is it wrong for Koreans to be into deep house music? Is it wrong for Koreans to be into like dream pop from like England? I mean, no. We all can. Music's for the world. If you make music, you're sharing it with the freaking world. I wouldn't want just like like Americans to listen to my music. I'm sure the Koreans enjoy people internationally digging their stuff. So no, I didn't hear that. That's ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. If Jasmine really said that, that's some effed up S, Jasmine. We gotta have a chat. You know, you gotta tell me why it's wrong for Americans to enjoy music from another culture. I've been enjoying music from around the world my entire life. I mean, my first album, Love Spirals Downwards, was deeply influenced by, like, say, Indian music, East Indian music. I'm not Indian whatsoever. I mean, it's just, you're just inspired. You hear something cool and it makes you want to create. It's, you know, it's your inspiration. Yeah, I brought an F-bomb. That pisses me off. That's pissing me off of vegans saying that we're culturally appropriating music because we're not of that nationality. That's just complete bullcrap. Yeah, me, Community God. Yeah, like just the popular Korean bands. They're copying they're copying the look and feel of American boy bands from the 80s and 90s. No doubt about that. Yeah, we're listening to stuff that's way like beyond that. Those are just the popular pop bands. I'm listening to stuff that you guys have never heard before, like, you know, like the what they call like Korean indie music, like the Cozy Pop label with a K, Cozy Pop. Anyway, yeah, I mean, this is just cool freaking music. This is just like really good stuff, you know, and a lot of it is inspired by American and British music. And is that wrong? I mean, are they culturally appropriating us? It's like saying like Post Malone shouldn't be making hip hop music, or Justin Bieber shouldn't be making R&B music. I mean, this is ridiculous. You make what you want. There's no laws. There's no restrictions as far as like people of certain races can't make music of other genres. Anyway. Yeah, that is true, Peter. Yeah, North Korea is not too keen on South Korea. Oh, Nikki, you live in Northern Seoul? I should tell you some of the bands I like. Do you know Baekhyun and Cold? Those are my two favorite guys. Cold, spelled Colde. And Baekhyun, he's in the military now, but yeah, his last album, super good. It's probably my favorite album of 2021. This is the genre I'm into, this kind of Korean indie, jazzy, R&B pop music kind of thing. This is not the popular stuff. This is not like what BTS does, or, you know, any of the Blackpink or the stuff that you might see on, you know, American MTV or whatever like that. This is like more independent Korean stuff, really cool underground stuff. What's that, produce not pills? You know, it's funny, Ryan. I've been on some streams with like 3,000 people. I say funny because you struggle with approximately 100. Lol, nothing wrong, but just funny to think of the comparison. Yes, it's just one person streaming. Hey, I don't know. 100 could be tough, you know. Right now, I'm doing fine with 70 viewers right now tonight. But yeah, 100 plus for me is tough. And for me, I don't know if it'd be any difference with 100 or 1,000 viewers, to be honest with you. If they're commenting like really quickly, it's tough, you know. And classical music, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of classical music. I appreciate some, but yeah, it's not my the well I drink out of too much. Oh, one way I've been discovering new music lately too, I guess you could do this on Spotify. I just use Apple Music, but yeah, I'll pick an artist I like. Like say I'm looking at the Korean band Cold, and I'll say play a station of Cold and similar artists. So that's why I'll hear stuff that sounds kind of like what he's doing, and with the AI thinks is really similar or close enough. So that's one way. And it's cool. My playlist is huge now. Whenever I hear a cool song, I'll add it to my new playlist. I have like 150 songs, guys. And this is something I just started maybe 4 months ago. I've been discovering so much good music out of Korea lately. Again, not K-pop, but like this underground Korean indie stuff. If you're really interested, look up Cozy Pop, Kozy Pop. And that kind of is a direction of the sound that we're influenced by right now. Oh, you know who Cold is? Yeah, Cold. Cold is yeah, totally, yeah. The album he did with Bach Young producing it, totally, yeah. Those are like some of my idols right now. I look like a K-pop star. Yeah, I kind of have the K-pop kind of haircut, like, you know, kind of scruffy K-pop sort of, but not like the K-pop. I'm not trying to look like BTS or anything like that. Yeah, Cash, you're getting music from the Balkans. See what I'm saying? It's a great time right now. Like I was telling Angie, with that how like, you know, like Spotify and Apple Music are set up right now. I don't know how in the world I would have ever discovered all these bands I've been into for the past year. Seriously, I don't know how they would have crossed my way. They're not like super popular or anything like that. And even if you live in Korea, I think most Koreans know who Cold is, you know? So it's just, there's just like this great time, this like golden age of music discovery. I'm just amazed at how much good, I've found more good music guys in the past like 6 months than I have in the past 6 years. Put that in perspective. You know, it's just, I'm just like, you know, I've been super inspired. That's why our new album, our new Love Spirals EP, I should say, is, you know, almost, it's done. And we're going to get it out. It was inspired by a lot of stuff we've been listening to. Okay, Ace. No, I'm not really into the Korean rock bands. Kind of more into this kind of jazzy, soulful indie sound. I think it's called K indie or something like that. I'm not listening. I know that like, there's Korean everything. There's Korean heavy metal, Korean hard rock, and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I haven't been listening. I haven't been listening to the rock bands. All right, mi comunidad. Well, we'll see you Friday. Yeah, art and music is subjective. It's all relative. And if you're inspired by music from another culture, you're not culturally appropriating. You're doing the ultimate thing. You're appreciating, you know, that culture's music. Cash, yeah, some other vegan channels I'll recommend to you. Check out Mike the Vegan. Check out Hench Herbivore. Just check out those two for right now. Let me know how that goes for you. What's that, Nikki? Sorry for you feel bad for correcting me though. It sounds good, right? What are you talking about, Nikki? I don't remember what that is. Um. Oh, Peter. Yeah, if you can't make it Friday for some actual street activism, go for it. Cool. Yeah, thanks for letting me know, though, Peter. I always wonder, where's Peter? If Peter's not there, because you're one of our hardcore regulars. But I know we all have things, you know, and we have lives. Let's see, any other odd questions? See, we're talking about all sorts of stuff tonight that we normally don't. Oh yeah, that vegan teacher. Yeah, thanks to you guys. You let me know that she did a video covering my response to that Maui girl. You know, the most recent person. Why I can no longer be vegan. You know, the one that says she got $70,000 into debt from buying vegan stuff. You know, I liked that was cool watching that vegan teacher go over my response video, and yeah. It seems like we're on the same wavelength. So I haven't really seen much of her content, but yeah, it seems like we're both on the same wavelength. We're vegan activists and do it for all the same, what I consider the right reasons. Yeah. Uncle Walt, will I ever retire? What does it mean to retire, Uncle Walt? Give me a definition. I'm serious. I'm not sure what that means exactly. There's so many ways to consider being retired. You know, I mean, in some people's eyes, they might think I am retired since I haven't gone to a real job in such a long time and I work from home and, you know, we don't really bring in that much cash. You know, it's like, you know, not like a super lucrative thing or anything like that. Let's see. Those vegan guys. Yeah, Leslie. A lot of people told me to check them out. I haven't had a chance to check them out yet, to be honest with you. Yeah, and I'll watch stuff like from say Earthling Ed and Joey Carbstrong as well. Yeah, I forgot about those guys. Those are nice, good vegan activists there. You want to? Okay, Uncle Walt, you turn the question back on me. I mean, I'm just gonna keep on doing what I'm doing, probably, Uncle Walt. I'm thinking I'll probably have a similar kind of thing going on in my 60s as I do in my 50s. So I don't plan on, quote, retiring. Like, I am done working. I'm just going to stop YouTube and stop making music and just do none of that. I mean, that to me, that just, I can't even conceive of that, I mean, meaning I'm just a creative person naturally. So I can't imagine like, okay, well, now that I'm retired, I can't be creative anymore and share those creative works with the world. So I guess in that sense, I'll never retire, Uncle Walt. Yeah, Kaz, veganism is a win for the animals, win for the environment, win for your health. It's the triple win. How many things in life are a triple win? All right, so any more questions? I've been on a little over 2 hours, and yeah, I think we're gonna have dinner pretty soon. So let me know, and I'll be back Friday night, guys. My normal time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Friday evenings, we'll have the big, debunk veganism if you can, and I'll still answer vegan questions as well. But I'm glad I got a chance tonight to focus more on just vegan questions from vegans, not the people trying to debunk veganism. I'll taunt them to come Friday, okay? But on these secondary days, we'll try to keep it more like tonight, where we're more into just talking about vegan stuff like we did tonight. So I think that was pretty cool. Let's see. How often do I get checkups? Yeah, I put my blood tests up all the time. I try to go every year. So that turns out more like being every 18 months. So let me go back. Here's a link to the page here that has all my blood tests on our YouTube channel. So you can check out my blood tests if you would like to. Let me put them up here for you. They go back, yeah, I'm telling you, I've been doing this for like 7-8 years now, vegan blood tests. It's something I enjoy doing. In 2022, I'm sure as heck going to go back and do some more vegan blood work. All right, guys. Well, it's nice to see everyone. Ooh, I'm in the wrong screen here. I'm still in the wrong screen here, guys. Vegan brain farting at the end here. It's nice to see everyone on this surprise impromptu Wednesday live stream. So, yeah, if you haven't watched already, see the part 4 of Angie's Animal Friends, the part 4 and finale of the Tiny Baby Kitty saga. We finally found a home for Tiny Baby Kitty and gave him to his new owners, and he has a new forever home. He's still there 6 months later and loving his new life there with great, I think, vegan mother and father that adopted him. So check that out. It's right here on our homepage on YouTube. Just came out just right before this live stream. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did the live stream like half an hour after the live premiere. So I'll be back Friday and with a new Debunk Veganism live stream. And I want to thank everyone. Thanks for everyone for contributing for our road trips that we have planned soon. California Desert and Disneyland are in the works. So we'll get some vlogs out of that too. And thanks for all our moderators, Uncle Walt and Peter. I didn't see Race tonight, but we got it under control. It was chill tonight, right, guys? It was pretty chill. And thanks just to everyone for viewing and spending some time here talking about vegan things. So, oh, you have a question, Chantel? Ask it really quickly, and I will try to answer it. Type really quickly, and we'll take this last question, Chantel. Oh, Hamlet, my testosterone levels, it's in the videos there. Check it out. My testosterone levels are that of a man in his early 20s, mid-20s. It's about 872. Off the charts for a man my age. So if you want to know that, who was asking that again? It's in there. Check that playlist I just link down there. I have my it's the video, like, who has higher testosterone, me or Joe Rogan? We're both the same age, so that's why I thought that'd be a fair point of comparison. So yeah, my testosterone levels are sky high, while Joe Rogan's are so low that he's been doing this for like a decade or more, getting testosterone shots in his butt to get the same levels that I have naturally as a healthy vegan. So much for vegans not producing testosterone or sex hormones or anything like that. So yeah, if you don't believe me, check out the link I just pasted there for the blood test videos and find the one about who has higher testosterone, a vegan or Joe Rogan. And let's see if we got the question from Chantel. What do you say to somebody who is religious and uses religion to justify eating meat? Well, first of all, show them, we talked about this earlier. Really quickly, I'll just do a quick recap here. Show them Genesis 1:29, which basically says, God, I give you every fruit, every nut here to eat. It says nothing about eating animals. Furthermore, if they try to bring up the concept of man having dominion over animals, we looked up the definition of dominion, and it's to take care of something, to be responsible for, to manage something. It doesn't say to harm, exploit, kill, murder, slaughter. People who try to say man has dominion over animals have perverted the long-standing definition of dominion and perverted it into something that's not what the word means. So those are two things that you can throw at them, Genesis 1:29. And dominion doesn't mean murder, slaughter, exploit, harm, or kill. It means to responsibly manage. Like if I babysit someone, I have dominion over their kids for the evening. I'm not to harm or exploit or murder them or anything like that. Anyway, what a weird note to end on, but we're going to end it on that. So anyway, guys, thanks so much, and I will see y'all Friday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Much love, and let's stay happy, healthy, and vegan. Bye, guys.